What's that, Paul? Do I know how to sail? No, but I'd like to. You? Wait, you already know how to sail? You have sales at your store all the time. Traders. Welcome to another episode of the Mighty Code Coder. I'm Rob Fitzgerald, here to make you great and help you innovate. In this episode, we will write the MyPhone class, but instead of starting with the class code, we will start by writing a unit test. Unit tests are where a lot of programmers start when writing programs and apps. It is basically a driver class that we use to test the functionality of the class. It's like a teacher writing a test and starting with the question first. Now, remember, we already sketched the program out using a UML, or Mr. Liu's class composition model. Now we want to instantiate the class and call its methods before ever writing the class or methods themselves. This will help us out when we go to write the code itself. This will make it easier to understand how the data is coming into the class or how it's being outputted. After this video, you will be able to write unit tests, and hopefully they will help you write better classes faster. Unit testing is something that is a big part of programming. It is a big part of the agile programming technique, and there is an entire framework dedicated just to unit testing. Let's show you that now. So if you go to JUnit.org, okay, JUnit.org, this is an entire site that has built a framework just on how to test your code. Okay, and again, remember, we start this first, okay, before actually coding. JUnit.org has done a lengthy study of unit testing and can help simplify this process. But today we are just going to write our own test for the MyPhone class. So let's get going. So I will first go ahead and open up Cloud9. This is Cloud9. Let's make this a little bit smaller so you can see what we're doing. Make sure Paul's out of the way here. All right, so it's a little bit big. So let's create this down, and we're going to be zooming into it and making sure that you could see my code even on an iPhone, okay? All right, so the very first thing we're going to do is I have an environment in Cloud9 that is set up, and I called it MyPhone because that's going to be the name of a class. Remember yesterday's lecture with our class composition model? Number one, the name of the class. So its class, its name is MyPhone. So I'm going to go File, New from Template. Let me zoom in this so you guys can see, and I'm going to go down and I'm going to use a Java console application. All right, so there it is. And then right away, I should save it as, remember, it has to be the same name. Okay, so I'm going to save it as MyPhone. Okay, but I want to make a new folder. And so before I do that, I'm going to put all our source code in one spot and all our classes in one spot. Now, before I used to do this on the command line, make directory, but I'll just do it right here. There you have a nice little GUI for it. So I'll make a new folder. We'll call this SRC. And that's where we want to put it. So I'm actually going to create another folder called, well, I don't want that folder there. So let's put that folder up. Let's call this classes. Okay, and let me put that folder. Can I move that folder? I know I could move folders later on. So should I try to do that? Let's cancel this. Let's do it from the command line. It makes it really neat. Okay, so let's make a directory. src. Already have one. Let's make another directory. Okay, there's one. And then I think I could delete this one. I'm just going to double click it and hit delete. All right, so these are some of the problems you might find when you first set up your class. So I'm going to go ahead now and save this. And we'll save it in src, and we'll call it MyPhone. There we go. All right, now we're going to start with the test, okay? So I'm going to basically start instantiating the classes that I'm going to use and see if they can work. So I don't write the class first, I write the test. This is a test. Okay, so I'm in public static void main string args, and I'm just going to come in here. Let me zoom in so you guys can see it on the iPhone. And I'm just going to go ahead and instantiate a new MyPhone class. So MyPhone iPhone equals new MyPhone. And you see, as you're doing the test, you can start wondering, okay, how am I going to instantiate this? Am I going to have just a blank phone? So am I going to have just a default constructor? Well, let's move on and see maybe how I would do this. If I have a default constructor like that, and remember what we're trying to do, we're trying to put songs in there. So if I want to put songs in there, I would have to instantiate new songs. So I'd have to go song, song S1 equals new song. And remember how we did put songs together? We had to have the artist, the title, and the minutes it plays. So we're going to go ahead and have Saturday. And let's do Earth, Wind, and Fire. Oh, remember that's a string. And let's do, it's 390 seconds. Okay, so there's one. All right, and let's go ahead and create another one. And we could make this a little bit faster by copy and pasting. So I don't want to have you here all day. So paste that, and let's just create 3 songs to start. All right, and then let's have this. And we'll make that by Motorhead. I don't know if Motorhead's one word or two. Sorry, Motorhead fans. All right. Something like that. And then let's have I don't know. Let's do some Beatles. Love is all you need. I think I've got to capitalize all this. And let's go Beatles. And let's make this just to be different. We'll make this 490. We'll make this 345. 340. Okay, so there you go. Now I instantiate the classes. So you see in my head now, I'm just kind of testing, okay, how am I going to instantiate these classes and have them work together? Now remember, in the song class is a has a class, okay, and the MyPhone has a song in it. So I want to put a song in it. So there's a couple different ways I can do this. I could have my iPhone set, have a method in my setter to do it. Okay, so I could go iPhone set song library. Okay, something like that. And then I could send it, well, I feel like I would send an array. So probably before this, I would probably want to go ahead and create an array of songs. Okay, so I'll go with something like that. And I'll go ahead and stuff those songs in there right now. Okay, so I'll have S1, S2, and S3. Something like that. And then I could basically, when I set it up, I could just send songs. Okay, so you're kind of writing the test first. You're trying to see, okay, will these classes work? Can I instantiate them? Can I send songs? Can I set stuff up? And so my iPhone basically will set song library and songs. And so now in my head, I'm thinking on the backside of song and iPhone. But I could, maybe this is too much. Maybe I should go ahead and make a constructor that actually just sets the songs right away. So in that case, I can do a maybe a MyPhone iPhone 2 equals new MyPhone. And so then the MyPhone would just take in the MyPhone constructor would take in an array. Okay, getting stuck here. Okay, so I'm gonna go and say songs. Okay, so the first one uses the default and uses the set, and the second one creates an iPhone and brings in songs. So what's easier? And it almost doesn't really matter, but whatever you like, you can set this up and have both. Oh, by the way, the class name has to be the same name as the file. So my phone. This is not my phone. I'm sorry if I confuse you. This is actually the MyPhone test. Okay, so I'm going to call it MyPhone unit test. And we now have to rename this. Can I rename it from here? I think I can rename it from here. Yeah, rename. So we're going to rename it MyPhone unit test. Okay, so sorry if I confused you on that. I'm writing the unit test first, not the MyPhone. I'll be doing that in a second. Okay, Paul, we cool with that? Yeah, okay, cool. All right, so there is my unit test basically. Now what I want to do is go ahead and write the other classes. So let me go ahead and save that. And now that I've written that, I could kind of, in my head, know what the other classes are going to need, but I'll have it open just in case. So let's go a new template. Let's go a new console application. I'm not going to need the public mainstream or args, and this is actually going to be MyPhone. Okay, and when I save it, I will save it in the SRC as MyPhone. All right, in the SRC, hit save, scroll back in. All right. Now, if you remember yesterday's lecture with our class composition model, we started with 3 instance variables. So the first instance variable is going to be, remember it was a string, color. Okay. And then if we wanted to, we could actually do new string. Okay, and we could do string. I think the second one was int memory. Okay, and then the third one was, remember, the song library array of songs. So song, and we call it song library. And I think we made it 7. Okay, or we don't even have to instantiate it. We could actually just start it like that and put in something like that. Okay, so there's our 3 variables. And then the next part we were going to do is, remember, create the brain. Okay, and the brain of it was actually public int total time played. Nothing's coming in, an int's coming out, and I will go ahead and do something like this. Okay, now at the end of that video yesterday, I actually was starting to think about how this was going to work. I was going to loop through all of them, and the song class was going to have a get time. And so remember I said also when you first do the comp, you're not going to have everything, but we know at the end we kind of needed a total time, huh? So I didn't put that in there at the beginning as an instance variable. Now we can, total time. Okay, and then in here I can now return total time plus equals. We were going to actually do the song library. I dot get playtime. Okay, but now that has to loop through a for loop because that would just get the first one. That would get 0. So, oh, did I play that all the way through? I think I forgot to turn the music off. I am so sorry. Okay, so let me actually do a for loop. So I don't actually, I'm actually not going to do the return here. I thought that would be slick to do it all in one shot. I'm going to actually do a for loop. Okay, so I'm going to loop through that. All right, and so now we can take that total time plus song library and then get the time, and then that should do it. See how easy that was? Really nice. Just kind of done right there, right in the... Now, in our test, we also said that we might have a default. So if I have a default, that's fine, but I might want to just save it, and then maybe that keeps me from... There's no reason to have the second one, because now I have to write a constructor. Otherwise, I don't have to write a constructor. So maybe I like this way, so I don't have to write that constructor because it now comes with a default constructor. Okay, so that's almost working right then and there. The only thing we're missing is the song class. So we have to get that song class in here. So let's go ahead and write the song class. So I will go file, new from template, do a Java, and I'm going to call it song. Okay, and we don't need the public static void main string args, and we have to go ahead and save it as song. All right, save it in SRC, there it is. And same thing, remember yesterday in the class composition model, we had 2 variables. So I'll say string title, and then string artist. And then we will want to have one public int get playtime. See how the code completion comes up and you don't have to remember how you name things. All right, and it's not going to have anything coming in, but it's going to, send the playtime. So I think yesterday I did not put in a string to set total time, so we actually needed, it was going to actually return total time. Okay, for each song, which means we have to go ahead and either create a constructor or set the playtime. And I think I would like this one to be in the constructor. So let's go ahead and make a int total time. Okay, and so these afterthought could come in after, but at least you have a good basis of your, with the class composition model, you have a good basis, and other stuff could come in at the other time. And so I'm going to actually make a constructor here. So I'm going to say public song, and we're going to bring in an int string title, string artist, and an int total time. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and set my variables here, and I'm going to say this dot title equals title. This dot artist equaled artist, and then this dot total time equals total time. Okay, remember I'm using this so that this side refers to these global variables, and these are local variables just to the public song, and it comes in like that. So now I have a variable. I like how that looks. So I have a constructor that brings in the total time, and then if I call get play time, it will return total time, which returns it to my phone right here, and it does it in a loop, and it should come up with that. Now, do we want to do a toString? I feel like we want to do a toString here so that we have this. Okay, so this doesn't have a return either, by the way. And so we probably have to return total time. Okay, so another difference between total time of the iPhone or the MyPhone constructor method is going to be the total combined playtime of all the songs in your song library, where song is just the playtime of each individual song. Okay, all right, so that looks pretty good. Return total time, that should be fine. And I think the only thing I need now is I think I need to write a toString method. All right, so public, and it's going to return a string, toString. Okay, nothing's coming in, but returning is going to be, let's go string output. String, and then let's go output equals, you know, what the song's going to have. So we want to just actually return the total time. So what I could do is just return total time here. If I want to see if it's working, I could just, if I want to be fast about this, remember this is just a unit test, I could return total time. All right, something like that. Total time played. I feel like I'm doing that just, I think I could just system.print out this. So maybe the toString method is a little bit much. So maybe I should make a real one. And maybe maybe I loop through and just play all the songs in my playlist. All right, so let's go. Let's print out all the songs. Let's print out all the songs of it. So it's if I wanted to do it, it would be song library. Let's do for each. For each song in song library, let's go song dot title, and gosh, I think that's it for each song along song. I'd want to print out song title. Okay, so song title, and then let's add a space or a return, something like that. And so then I return output. Okay, something like that. So there's a toString. So if I print total time played, it'll give me my total time. If I print toString, it'll give me the output of everybody in their song. All right, so there it is. So that looks good. So I'm going to save that. And how about we go ahead and see where we're at with all this. Looks good. All right, so you can tell I'm a little nervous to try to save and run this. This might be some errors. I mean, I've never written 3 classes without checking to see if anything works, but that's what unit tests are for. So let's go ahead and Java C to the directory classes, src /star. Is that how it went? I would be very concerned if I didn't get errors right away. So I was thinking for a second I was going to get that. All right, so I created a new string. Tell me, you can't tell me that's the only. Is that the only error? Okay, and so iPhone.setLaw error cannot find symbol set song library. Okay, let's try that again. So let's first go to MyPhone and line 7. Line 7 has for some reason I set my memory, so I'll say int memory equals 0 to start here. Okay, that should save that one. Now, what was the second one? MyPhone test couldn't find the set library songs. iPhone symbol method set song library. Did I call it set song? I don't think I did. I called it set library songs. So I never did it. I just did playtime. And so I got to actually create that. And so public void set song library. Is that what I called it? Song library? Yeah, song library. And it has to take in a song array. Okay, and let's go ahead and now I could go ahead and say song library. Song library. Okay, song library, and I could say it now. Say this dot song library equals song library. Okay, there it is. So it's come together. So I think I'm going to save that, and let's go ahead and run it again. Let's clear this, and I want to zoom this in so people on iPhones can see it. Oops, I just pasted. I should. What did I do? Let me clear this. Okay, let me zoom in, and let me go up arrow. And there it is. Let's see what I did wrong on this one. Oh, man, got it right. Lucky, right? All right, so let's cd to my classes. And then let's go ahead and Java my phone unit test. And there is something. Okay, so nothing happened. There's no errors. But if you go back to unit test, I never printed anything. Okay, so it worked. So, but I have to actually go system.out.print line, and let's just do the iPhone first. Let's just print the phone. Remember, it has a two string, so it has a 2 string. So let's save that. Let's clear this. I don't know what happened, why it went over there. And then let's cd back to my other environment or my other directory. And then let's go back up and do this again. All right, now cd over to my classes. Okay, I forgot. Sometimes I forget to look up at you guys. Are you guys still there? And so let's go ahead and Java. There it is. All right. So it's working. Saturday, ace of spades. Love is all you need. So loop through, no problem. Let's try to do one more thing. Let's try to run that. Remember, the big thing was, is it getting how much time for everything? And so let's do, gosh, I could do iPhone. Let's see. Our thing was total time played. So why don't we, instead of doing iPhone, why don't we just do dot total time played, and then make that something like that. All right. Okay, let me zoom out and zoom back into this. Go back. All right, let me me Java C everything. All right, CD back over to my other directory. And go ahead and Java it. There it is, 1220 minutes, 12 minutes, 20 seconds, something like that. I don't know. All right, so there it is. So that is coding, starting with the class method model. No, not the class method model, the class composition model, okay? And then go ahead and coding, starting with a unit test, okay? And then a lot of people, that unit test will not be the final one, but that just kind of gets us going, knowing the classes are talking to each other and everything's kind of working right. Now we could add on other classes and other things that the iPhone or the MyPhone object should be doing. Okay, so really good. So unit testing. All right, that's a new one for you. Hopefully you learned something. That does it for this episode. Hope you enjoyed it. Remember, always trying to make you great and help you innovate. So until next time, what, Paul? Oh, yes. And if you have questions, leave comments below or go to the website at www.themightycodecoder.com or find me on Twitter at MightyCodeCoder. Thank you. Just chill, man. Can you just chill for a second?